today. Man, it is such an amazing, amazing day. I'm sitting here, right, and just noticed that my assistant had put a small $2,000 check on my desk from a deal that we just did with that we partnered with one of our students on, and then I have a closing that I'm going to tomorrow for another deal that partner up with another student that together we're making $10,000 on. And so it's like deals are flying everywhere, and that's what this webinar is about. It's like, hey, this the market is amazing right now. There's tons of opportunities right now, especially here in Houston. I mean, it's like that all across the U.S. really, but especially here in Houston, we have an amazing opportunity. The Houston is now the second fastest growing city in America, and also the second lowest unemployment rate in America as well. And AC and myself and Will, and I'll introduce you to Will in just a little bit here, doing tons of deals with our students. Some of the deals are small, where we make, $4,000 or $5,000. Some deals are bigger where we make 10, 20, 30, $1,000. And so it's all good. And so we're looking for more partners to do deals with. We're looking for more people to bring deals to us. We have a very strong cash buyers list. Everything from landlord investors to out of town, even international investors to hedge funds. So we're looking for partners, and so I'm really excited to be on this webinar with you. On this webinar, I want to introduce you to our latest, newest partner, Will Duquette. Will is a longtime friend and mentor of mine, and Will is the guy that a lot of the gurus that of go to when they're stuck, when they need to get unstuck, or when they need help with negotiation and selling. That he's the guy that a lot of us go to, and so really excited to have this partnership created with Will to bring you more education that's going to enable you to really get into action, making deals happen, partnering with us. And so yeah, I'm really excited about that. So with that, I want to introduce you to Will Duquette. Woohoo! Yeah, Will, you there?
I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you for having me on the call. All those kind words, that's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, let's get started, Will.
All right, so let's just jump right into this. So if you want to say something, Tim, obviously just jump in, but I'm going to go through the whole presentation and basically share how your folks at Prosperity Group can get more involved with us. Because what I found over time, I've been in this business about 16 years. What I found is that most people in the real estate space want to be real estate investors or want to be better at what they're doing, or even getting brand new into it. They need more accountability. They need networking. They need some more confidence. They need the resources around them. And more than anything, they don't need to be sold, more books and tapes and stuff like that. But what they're really looking for is partnering, and that's what I love about this webinar. We're going to teach them how they can start partnering with us at Prosperity Group. So we're going to teach and train and show you how to go find deals, how to find them with no money down, with no credit or no real estate license needed. None of that is needed. I've been doing it 16 years. I started off with no money. I went to my very first seminar 17 years ago. I paid $7,500 for that seminar, and it's changed my life forever. Now, I didn't have $7,500 back then. In fact, I was broke. I never had more than $2,000 in my bank account ever until that time. So I'm very excited to share with you, and I'm about to share with you over the next about 60 minutes or so on this webinar. At the end of it, I'm going to share with how all of you can come and be trained by us at the Prosperity Group and share with you how you can bring deals to us, leads to us, if you choose to. You don't have to, and we'll actually do partnering with you. Tim mentioned how he has a check from for his students and for himself for doing real estate. I just closed a deal last week, made $48,000. I have in my hand right now, as I'm speaking to you on this webinar, a check from my student that made $242,107.99. Wow. And my gosh, was that a game changer for her? That's more than she made in her entire year's work in her past lives. So no matter if you're brand new, don't know nothing about real estate investing, or if you're a seasoned pro, this webinar is absolutely going to bring you to the next level of your game. But it's going to take some things. It's going to take a commitment. So I want all of you to do is get present to this webinar. There's plenty of distractions in life, but I want you to be very, very present to this call and this webinar. I'm going to show you exactly how I got to where I was at and how you can do the exact same thing for you and for your family. It's going to take a discipline and some commitment to actually say, okay, I'm going to be focused on this. And so what I want you to do is get a piece of paper and a pen, and if you have children, kiss them on the forehead, tell them mommy or daddy is going to be on a webinar or call for about an hour, and you're going to get some great training to show how you can actually change their lives and bring them to Disneyland as often as you want, which quite frankly does get boring, because I remember going on 8 cruises in 1 year, and that was just cruises for vacations, and it actually gets boring to go on too many vacations. So if you people on the call would like to have so many vacations that you actually are getting bored from vacationing, rather than complaining about the things you're complaining about in life right now, then you're going to want to listen to this call and go through the entirety of this call, because I'm going to share with you an opportunity for some of you to possibly even be mentored by me, a very, very rare opportunity that I don't give out often. The reason why is I get paid $5,000 per hour for my consultation, and that's because I change people's lives. I do it quickly. I'm intentional. I'm a straight talker. I tell you exactly the way it is, and most people like to hear the truth rather than be candy-coated. So I'm going to assume you all give me permission to be honest rather than gentle. I'm a nice guy, not a mean guy, and I'm just going to be straight with you. And so starting right off into what this webinar, Partnering for Millions, not only is it possible to buy houses with no money, no credit, no real estate license. I've been doing it for 16 years. My students have been doing it for years. Prosperity Group students have been doing it for years and are still doing it right now. And so for you, as you're listening to this webinar, I want you to see what's in it for you. How are you going to change your life in an amazing way? Because I grew up very, very poor. I grew up with my mom, a single mom. We didn't have very good programs growing up. I didn't have very much money at all growing up, so I wasn't taught about money. I ultimately went and tried every single get-rich-quick scheme on the planet, and it wasn't until I got into real estate investing that my entire life changed. And I'm going to share with you on this exactly how that happened. I went to my very first seminar, like I said, 17 years ago, and I've been taking seminars, books, tapes, and some courses ever since. People often ask me, why are you so successful, Will, compared to like other people who went to the same seminars or read the same books that I did? And part of it is because I was able to overcome my fears. So I want you to write this down about yourself. If you're not yet a multimillionaire, you must write this down in order to become a multimillionaire, or even a millionaire, or even 100,000aire, whatever it is for you. This isn't all about money. True wealth is a true balance of the 4 things which I think are your mind, your body, your relationship, as well as making money. That's true wealth. Money is only an aspect of wealth. So write this down if you really want to become wealthy. So here it is. In order for things to change, you must change. I'll say it again. In order for things to change, in order for your life to change, in order for you to start making more money, in order for your tomorrows to be way better than your yesterdays, and I don't mean like a little. If you're on this webinar, I would suspect that you're a person that wants to like 10 times your income. Because if that's what you're looking for, you're in the correct place with the right mentors and coaches. And so that's what I want for you. So in order for things to change, you got to get clear on you must change. You must change your thoughts. You must change your processes. You must change what you used to do. You must change your perspective on money, because I often ask people when I go out and speak, how many of you want to become millionaires in the next 12 to 24 months? And of course, everybody's hand goes up. And then I say, okay, how many of you want to be sold something? And then all the hands drop. And I wonder, well, geez, if you want to become rich, how do you think that's going to happen? That's how it happens, is through sales. But the challenge is we've been programmed since birth how not to be sold something, and how sales is actually wrong and bad. And the reality of it is that millionaires and billionaires, we think differently. We know that sales is, and I grew up with the same programming, by the way, and I now know that sales is a necessary thing, and I actually embrace selling and being sold. I don't mind being sold something at all. And for most people, the sheer thing of just being sold something takes them out of the game. Well, if you really want to be rich, you want to make money, that's what has to happen. There has to be a sale, and it has to first start with you. So I went out to my first seminar, and everything changed for me. I went out and created an amazing life and an amazing lifestyle. If you're watching the videos on the webinar, I'm going to scroll through what I call the speaker's slides, and I absolutely do not like to go through these bragging slides. I do not focus on them intently. This is more for you to what I call reality is created by validation. This is me validating and you being validated that this guy, Will Duquette, actually knows what he's doing. He's been there and done that. I came from nothing. I've made millions of dollars in real estate investing, and you can too without any money, credit, or license, just like I did. So, no, I can't move my my slide forward. Hold on one second. Let's get the next first slide right here. You'll see that I travel around the world. I hang out with people like Mark Victor Hansen. I've been on the same stages as Donald Trump, Sir Richard Branson, been over to London in front of thousands of people. I have people in private jets flying to me to get consultations. My entire life transformed because I started off in real estate investing, and my passion is helping other people through their subconscious reprogramming. I am a hypnotist, and I show people how to, the powers of their internal dialogue, transform their lives forever. Now, that's not what made me rich. It's what actually has helped me become past my fears. What makes you rich is a methodical process and a system through real estate investing that I've done and so many other people before me and you had done. So it's a repeatable process. It's not that you got to go out and reinvent the wheel. It's already been done. You can start off where other people have left off, and that's what I love about real estate investing is you just need to go get education and train by the people who've been there and done that. You don't have to go figure it all out. There's nothing to learn anymore. It's already done. I got to travel around. I got great experiences. I got cars. I love cars and boats and motorcycles. I bought a fire truck once. I didn't need that thing long. And the reality of it is I created an amazing life and an amazing lifestyle through real estate investing, and all of you can as well. And so what I want you to get clear on this as I'm scrolling through is if you want to be very successful, you want to retire early and go out and play and have fun with your toys, if you want the type of lifestyle where you get up in the morning and you do what you want every single day and you work with who you want and only who you want, and you're able to produce 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 100, $200,000 or more on one real estate transaction just by sheerly knowing what to do. If that's what you're looking for, then you're in the right space because that's exactly what we have and exactly what I've done and exactly what you can do as well. So take great notes as we go through here because here's the very first one. There's a very first one coming up that I think is very, very important. Other than in order for things to change, you must change, right? There's another thing called action taking. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. I also am a #1 bestseller on 6 categories in Amazon.com. And my slide right here is a slide of my daughter. I got a 15-year-old daughter, and this is where I want you to write this down. Write this down. What is my why? What is my why? What's the reason why you want to be rich or make money? If it's just because you want to make money, well, it'll be a long trek for you to get there because the motivation's not strong enough. It's got to be something bigger and beyond you. Because when I went and bought my first seminar for $7,500, not only was I extremely petrified and scared that I did that, because I put it on a credit card because I didn't have that kind of money and I had no idea how to pay it back if this real estate stuff didn't work. But I also knew that my daughter was going to be born, and I knew there was no way that I was ever going to have my daughter grow up with the same programs, with the lack, with me having to growing up, always having to hear stuff like we can't afford that and watching the other kids have all the great things. And so she was my great motivation many times when it was challenging for me to actually learn real estate investing. And yes, I'm going to say that again. I will go on record as probably one of the very first speakers and trainers to tell you there's going to be challenging days. There's going to be tough days. There's going to be times when it actually is not going to be easy. There's also amazing days, like the one where I made $56,000 in about an hour doing real estate investing. That was a pretty stinking good hour. I like those hours. And there's also going to be times learning this that it can confront you and be challenging, but just know this. Anyone can do this. It's nothing more than a learned process. And if I learned it, every one of you can learn it, and everyone on this webinar can learn it. There's nothing secret about it. You don't have to be a super smart person. In fact, when I grew up, I was picked on as a child. I was told I wouldn't amount to much at all. I was called a retard. And I literally thought I had a learning disability because it took me many times to listen and read things all over, for me to finally get it. And what I realized later on is very, very common for most people. So figure out what your why is, whether it's on this webinar or maybe later on, look at your notes and figure out what is the real reason. What can you get behind that commits you? Write this down. Commit to 5 years to do what most people won't do. Commit for 5 years to do what most people won't do. And then for the rest of your life, do what most people cannot do. So commit for 5 years to do what most people won't do. And for the rest of your life, you can do what most people cannot do. So if you're looking to really retire and be financially free, real estate investing is the way to do it. So here's my slide. Write this down. In order for all this to happen, you must, and I mean must, write this down, take action now. When? Right now. Because what you don't do right now simply does not get done. I know this because I know I've taught and trained tens of thousands of students just like you all across the world, and we all have similar programming. We may be different, may look a little bit different, different ages, whether you're brand new or a seasoned professional. We all have challenges being stopped and stuck in certain areas. So if I were going to sell you anything on this webinar, I'd be selling you on the possibility of you actually start taking the actions you know you should be taking. I want want to sell you on living the lifestyle that you were designed to live, and I want to sell you on having everything you've ever wanted through real estate investing. In addition, I'm also going to be looking for some partners in this webinar where I can teach and train you on how to go do exactly what we're doing so that you can bring leads and deals to us at Prosperity Group so that we can then partner with you on them. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that fast, quick, and easy pre-screen process. Even if you're not even sure why you're asking the question, it's going to make it very easy for you. And I'm also going to give away to a few very, very special people at the end of this webinar, possibly even a $5,000 one-on-one training session with me, and only those that actually make a decision and take action, I will work with. I was speaking to a person earlier, and I made him an offer, and he hesitated on it, and I said, you know what, forget it. I don't need you. I just don't need people in my life anymore, but I want people in my life, and I want people who are willing to take responsibility for their lives, 100% responsibility, to invest in themselves and move forward. That's what we're looking for. And I know every one of you have this, no matter if you're whether you're powerful and confident or whether you're very scared and timid, we can help all of you get to the next steps. So here's just a couple of things I'm going to share with you during this webinar. One is Flipping 101, and the first way to do that is wholesaling. Wholesaling for real estate is nothing more than the art of finding a property deeply discounted because it needs repairs possibly, or maybe it's not even needs repairs. I've bought many properties where there was absolutely nothing wrong with the property and the person just didn't care. The number one reason why people get rid of real estate and literally give me gobs and millions and hundreds of thousands of dollars in equity in their properties, the number one reason why they give me this is this right here. They just don't want to deal with it because I asked them, why don't you just do this? I don't want to deal with it. Why don't you do that? I just don't want to deal with it. See, here's the thing is most people are not willing to do what it takes to take care of their financial selves and their future, and there's literally millions of people just like that with real estate under their belts, and they don't know what to do with it, and they're waiting for you to come and take it from them and go make money with it, and they're okay with it. I literally tell people, a single real estate transaction I do, or I'm just not going to do it. I pass on it. There's too many deals right now. You must get involved in this. So wholesaling is nothing more than the art of buying cheap, selling for a medium price range, and then letting somebody else take it and go do whatever they can do to fix it up and get it resold. That's wholesaling. Very simple to understand. That's where most of the people start at. They think, oh, I learned that. Now I know how to do real estate investing, and you could not be more wrong than I don't even know. There's so many other ways to do real estate investing that produce massively fatter checks than wholesaling, and yet while you're learning, wholesaling is a great way to go make $5, $10, $15, $20, $30,000 on a wholesale flip. I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that, how our Prosperity Group students are doing that as well. So the next one is wholetailing. Wholetailing is buying it low, maybe doing a little bit of fix-up cleanup, maybe $1,000 or $2 worth of fix-up cleanup, and then selling it for a little bit higher price, possibly even to the end consumer, retail, depending on the condition of the house. What I love about that is you bought it at a deeply discounted price, but then you were able to sell it to the top-end market because it wasn't needing massive repairs, and you only put a very, very, very minimal amount of fix-up into the property. That's become more and more popular over the last few years. And then last is rehabbing to retail. That's where you buy a house, obviously, that's all beat up. The more it smells, the more money you make is what I usually say. You go fix it up completely and you sell it to the end consumer. Now, here's the thing I'm going to tell you about rehab. And if you're going to get into rehab, and one, you better know what you're doing, or you're going to really get your clock clean. This is a place where I see new investors who are not willing to go out and pay good education to people who know what they're doing and just went to a couple of free seminars or free webinars and figured they knew how to do real estate investing because they watched something like this. I cannot teach you real estate investing in an hour. I can't. Nobody can. I don't care what they say. It's not going to happen. I can only show you what's available for you moving forward because real estate investing is a never-ending process of education and learning because the rules are constantly changing, demographics are constantly changing with the market. And so here's the thing where most people get involved to do a rehab and they say, oh, well, I'm going to buy it for this amount of money. I'm going to put this amount of money in it, and I'm going to sell for X. The challenge is their numbers are completely skewed. They're forgetting about a bunch of things that they didn't plan for in this process. And I've seen too many brand new people, even seasoned people, end up losing money by doing the rehabs incorrectly. We show you how to do it to keep you safe, how to figure out what the process is, to figure out the repair costs, and actually keep you on task so that you can then sell it very quickly at the end result. So the thing most real estate investors are concerned about, or seasons or not, is like, well, if I buy a house, what if I can't sell a house? And the reality of it is there's a house buyer for every single house. You just have to look for a couple of key things. You want to look for the medium price range stuff that's going to work. Here's just a few checks that I produced at some of my houses. I'm going to go through them very quickly. By the way, everyone that I'm showing you here, I only put $10 out of my own pocket for every single one of these deals to buy these houses. That's the God's honest truth. Well, $10 only, and we'll show you exactly how to do the exact same thing. So the first one up top here is Hood. I remember Hood Road. That's It was actually $60,000 deal total. That was a $40,000 check right there. Wingate Road, I made $36,000, $42,000. Actually, $50,000 I made on this lease option I did in Geraldine Drive. That was quite a few years ago now. But then I also ultimately took that house back and I resold it again, and I think I made about $125,000 profit total on that one house deal just because I kept it for a few years. I think I owned it 2.5, 3 years. Here's another property. If you can't see the screen, I'll describe it to you. It's a two-story brick house, gorgeous home. Write these numbers down so you can kind of get the idea of what we're doing. So our ARV is what we call the value of the home. What's the real value of the home in good condition? So it's called the after repair value. It's $500,000. They owed $115,000 on this property. They said they were going to call every single real estate investor that they could find on the planet, and oh my God, did they? There was like 30 of them on this deal. Excuse me while I drink some water. I know I'm talking quickly, but I want to get through this. The payments were $1,200 on it, and I always ask the golden question is, would you sell the house for what you owe on? And of course, in this case, they said no. They only owed $115,000. The house was worth $500,000. They were only asking $400,000, and the reason why is because they were building a new home, and that new home needed another chunk of money out of this home to continue building. So they got themselves in a situation. This is very common that people do this. They'll go start one project thinking this house was going to sell because it was in a great area, and the challenge was they had to list it for an entire year with a realtor. The listing had expired, so they called all these real estate investors desperately saying, look, I'll discount it $100,000 to buy this quick because I need to get rid of it fast. I need a fast sale. Now, here's the reason why. If you're looking at this property, you say, well, geez, I don't know why it didn't sell. It's gorgeous. Here's why it didn't sell. It was Pepto-Bismol pink. The entire interior's color was pink. And the realtors even told them for the entire year, well, paint the interior and it'll sell. They just said, oh, I don't feel like it. We don't want to. We got to move our furniture. We got to do this and all these silly reasons why they just didn't paint the interior from pink to any other color, which I did tan, of course. So I said, okay, fine. So I made them an offer, and they wanted an all-cash offer, but I structured owner finance instead. Now, all my competition was giving them an all-cash offer, which was way below what I said I'd give them. I told them I'd give them $350,000, but the way I do that was owner financing, and I get them paid out quickly because all I was going to do was go in and paint it and resell it. And that's really all I did. I actually gutted the kitchen just because I wanted to upgrade it, not because I needed it. I went in and painted it and started doing the kitchen, and then I bought it for $350,000. I sold it for $485,000. I had about $10,000 in total cost, closing and some repairs and painting the interior tan, which basically is what sold the house. And as you'll see here on the screen, I made $125,000 profit on this one deal alone. Now, here's the interesting thing about this. There was 30 other investors. All my competition was here. How many of you like to learn how to have all your competition at the same house at the same time, and then you get a deal out from underneath them? Well, that's what I teach people all the time at my seminars. But here's the thing. 3 or 4 of them called me after this and said, how did you get this deal, man? How did you structure this? I made my pie. How could you make money paying $350,000? Because I did the numbers on it, it just didn't make sense. And I said, well, if you really want to understand this, you really want to know, I said, I teach a 3-day seminar on exactly what I did and how I do it, how I speak to the sellers, how I get them to be related with me, and how I figure out the best process and the best deal for them and for me, even with my competition breathing down my neck, which is exactly what they did here. Well, 3 of the people got offended and hung up on me, and one of them actually bought my course and actually came forward and came to a 3-day seminar and got trained in how to do exactly the same thing. But think about this, folks. They didn't want to spend $3,000 from my seminar because I make so much money, and they just felt it was not right that I charged them $3,000, even though I have already spent $500,000 on my own education to this date, 17 years and $500,000 that I spent on other education. It's why I've never lost a penny in real estate ever to this day. Why? Because I got trained by the best from the beginning so I wouldn't mess it all up. It was the best investment I made with $7,500 17 years ago. But my competition didn't want to give me $3,000 to learn what I know, and I just got done showing them. I'm like, look, I just made $125,000 profit on this one house. but yet you don't want to give me $3 so I can teach you how to do that, well, then you're just an idiot anyway, so I still need you at my seminar. Quite frankly, I'm going to be straight honest with you. That's silly for you not to invest in yourself. And everyone on this webinar is looking for something new and more and different, so the reality of it is, of course you would. Any one of you on this call would spend $3,000 easily to learn how to make $125,000 on one deal. And not to mention that if you can do it on one deal, doesn't it make sense? You can go do it on another deal and another deal and another deal. The answer is yes. So how many of you would spend $3,000 to learn how to make $1 million in real estate transactions in the next 12 to 24 months? If your hand's not up, if you're not in for that, well, then I don't know what to tell you, because there's a couple of things I'm going to tell you. One, I'm not selling a seminar for $3,000, so you don't worry about it. I'm just not doing it. And two, you're missing the boat. You're still thinking like a pauper. You're thinking like lack. You're thinking about, oh, geez, it took me so long to do this one deal and to make all this money. $3,000 is a lot of money. Well, $3 grand is a lot of money to you. Then I suggest you go out and learn real estate investing so you can figure out that $3 grand is not a lot of money, and that $3 grand actually is a great investment for you to learn how to go out and make millions of dollars. Because if you're afraid to be sold something, you're always going to be afraid to buy something. And if you're afraid to buy, you can't sell. And that's just the truth. So I want you to understand, I'm a product of a product. I do these things. I do real estate investing, and so don't many of our students. Here's the last deal I'm going to show you. I did one deal where I made $30,000 with the house. I flipped that in about 60 days. I had 5 acres of raw land left over. And so I'm thinking, what could I do with 5 acres of raw land left over? Well, many things I could do. One, I could go subdivide it and have the pine trees cut off and clear it. And if I was going to do that, would I pay somebody to do it, or would I do it myself? And most of you probably answered, well, of course, you idiot. You pay somebody else to do it yourself. And I'd say, well, geez, where were you when I needed you? Because I literally went out and I bought, and I do mean bought, one of these right here. And if you can't see the screen, here's what it is. It's a 45,000-pound track hoe, because I figured I'm going to do it cheaper and by myself, because they want to charge me $25,000 to clear this land. And I said, heck no, I can go buy this track hoe. I got plenty of money. Oh, what an idiot I was. This is why I say, behind every great man is a woman what? Rolling her eyes. Because they say, oh, you can rent one of these, etc. This thing kept breaking down. I have a $1,000 chrome alloy gear as a constant reminder of this deal. It's right there on my desk. It's there right now as I'm speaking to you. As a constant reminder to stop trying to do it cheaper and by myself, and I have ever since. This was a nightmare. I mean, literally had this property 9 months. It took me $40,000 worth of dirt because I kept digging up stumps and it kept getting lower, and it started raining and water filling in the holes, and so I'm buying truckloads of dirt. Oh my gosh, it was a nightmare. You guys get it. And this is what I learned about manifestation. I sat there in my track hoe one day just praying to God. Now, you believe wherever you want to believe, but I was like, please send me a buyer. I promise never to do this cheaper and by myself again. And I know my prayers were answered, because literally in 48 hours, I got a full price, all cash offer for $214,152 profit by selling that last 5 acres. So if you want to learn how to buy and sell real estate with only $10 down through multiple streams of income, through multiple owner finance deals, then you're in the right place, because I'm going to continue showing you how our Prosperity Group Students Partnering Program works. Is if you want to start sharing in these profits that I'm sharing with you, we want you to start sharing with us, because we're looking for partners on this webinar. That's what it's for. So the Student Partnering Program will look something like this. We show you how, like this one on Saddle Rock, how somebody sent out a postcard, one of our students. They got it under contract for $50,000. It needed minimal repairs, and they sold it for $55,000 with an assignment fee in a very short amount of time. So this is what this means. We taught them how to send a postcard to somebody who responded back to them. They had a quick conversation with them. They filled out a purchase and sales agreement for $50,000 per purchase. We taught them how to do a little bit of marketing, and actually they can use our own network of people for marketing groups in the Prosperity Group if they choose to. And they found a buyer in a very short amount of time, and they closed on it with the buyer before they even closed to purchase it, which means they have no money in it, and they made $5,000 by just assigning the contract to another person who ultimately closed and took the profit. Somebody say cha-ching with $10 deposit. There's the property right there, a decent property in a decent neighborhood. These are right here in Houston, by the way. Next one, 11 Regency. Oops, I got Saddlebrook in there again. How did I do this? I'm pushing it backwards. I don't know why. You have to be very smart to do webinars and make money with real estate. Sorry about that. So here's Regency, direct mail. Another direct mail campaign. The student got under contract for $20,000, sold it for $28,500 and a flip. Very, very in and out short deal. How many of you would like to make $8,500 just by learning a little bit of education on what to do and how to hold properties, how to buy properties with no money down, no credit, no real estate license needed? How many of you would like to have $8,500 in your pocket in less than 30 days? If you didn't raise your hand or nod yes internally, I'm wondering what you're doing on the webinar, because if you're not serious about changing your life and making money, maybe it's not enough money, and that's fine, but this is a quick little flip with no risk, no money, no credit needed, no real estate license needed, and they made $8,500. And so we want to teach and train you how to bring deals with us, just like Hugo here did, where he actually made, this is actually an old picture, because this is $232,454.99 what he made to date, but that's old because now he's actually made over $300,000 doing deals so far in the Prosperity Group's training. So the next deal is this, Rusk Street, found by a realtor. This one really just trips me out. Pay attention to this. So a realtor found a house. We taught our people, our students, how to go and find a realtor who can feed you these deals because they're sitting on a sea of deals. They bring the deals to the realtor brings the deal to the investor rather. The investor puts it under contract for $120,000. It's funded with 100% private money. That's OPM. That's other people's money. So you understand, so far they put a $10 binder deposit down. They got some private money. We show you how to find private money and how to approach private lenders to get all the money you need to fund your deals when you do need to fund them. And then here's the kicker. It needed about $40,000 in repairs, but then on top of it, the buyer was found through the same real estate agent that brought him the deal. So for your realtors on the webinar, I'm asking and I'm wondering, why in the world are you bringing deals to other investors rather than just getting the money yourself? Because if you watch this next thing, they sold it for $230,000 and made $71,000 profit with none of their own money, none of their credit, and without needing a real estate license. How many of you would like to make $71,000 just because you knew how to find a deal, knew how to get it funded, knew how to structure the paperwork, and then you made $71,000 on a profit? Some of you on this webinar, I know, don't even make $71,000 a year, and I get that. But realize it's a temporary situation. If you like to start producing those types of checks, it's just a matter of getting some education and moving forward. Here's the next deal, Sandpoint. They sent the postcard out. They got under contract for $115,000. They sold it for $140,000 on an assignment, which means, again, they never even closed to purchase it. They just flipped it to somebody else and made $25,000 profit. Somebody say cha-ching. I have seen these students do this over and over and over and over again, bringing leads, and the reason why is because they're being guided by people in the Prosperity Group, by coaches and mentors who say, here, you can do this, go do this marketing, here's how to do the paperwork, here's how to find a buyer, and make your $25,000 to make in the next 12 to 24 months. If you answered 100,000, 250, 500,000, a million, you get to decide, because it's only going to be determined by how often, how quick you're willing to do this repeatable process, because that's all it takes is just to do some little bit of marketing, like this one on Pine Forest. So they did a direct mail letter campaign. This is a student of Prosperity Groups. They had under contract for $107,000. They sold it for $133,000, and again made a $26,000 assignment fee. That means they never took title. They were never at risk of losing anything ever. They didn't use their credit, and they didn't use a real estate license. That is that simple to do a wholesale flip like that. Here's another student of ours in Prosperity Group, Cynthia Samples, with a $21,000 profit check sitting right there. There's another one on EPS. A direct mail campaign produced a property that they got under contract for $32,000. They sold it for $39,000 for a quick $7,000 assignment fee. What I love about these little fees is it seems little. Of course, I say little. For some of you are saying, well, geez, I'd love to get $7,000 in my bank account right now. But this is a tiny assignment fee. It's really not that hard to do these assignment fees, especially when you have the group and network of people and access to the Prosperity Group and the networking within it to quickly turn and burn properties over and over and over again. I'm going to have to start quickly scrolling through these deals because, quite frankly, I'm running out of time on this webinar, And so most of you are probably convinced now, saying, okay, this stuff actually looks like it really works. You know why? Because it really does. Prosperity Group has been teaching and training many, many students on how to quick turn real estate and make tens of thousands of dollars, and you can also. Here's one where they sold it in 1 hour, made a $10,000 profit, and this was a deal split. This was a partnering split with a student with a Prosperity Group. And Ken Solk got another one under contract. He made $30,000 profit. And look at this, sold it within 48 hours. Within 48 hours, made $30,000 profit. Again, by doing a split, deal split, partnering with the Prosperity Group. How many of you would be willing to split $30,000 with the Prosperity Group? Because we taught and showed you how to do the deal. We showed you how to do it, showed you how to find the money, showed you how to close the deal. We're there making sure you were safe so you wouldn't lose any money. You made money and we made money. That's a win-win-win situation. That's exactly what this webinar is all about. Here's another one, found through the Prosperity Group. Buyer found through the word of mouth in Prosperity Group. He made $8,400 on a very, very quick flip again. Next one. Found through Prosperity Group, partnering, profit was $10,000 through a postcard. Next one. Bought through Prosperity Group, partnering, made a profit of $20,000. Contract price was $5,000. Blasted to a buyer's list, we showed you how to create. Sold it for $25,000 quickly and made a $20,000 profit. Could you imagine buying a house for $5,000 and making a profit of $20,000 profit, and you didn't even purchase it for that much? Somebody say cha-ching. Absolutely. So here's another one. This was through a bandit sign, and they made a $23,000 profit on this one on Dogwood. There's Marcio with Tim, a picture of him. This property came through word of mouth again, through networking. The buyer was found through Prosperity Group. This is another partnering deal where they made a $10,000 profit just by putting it under contract, selling it quickly, didn't do anything to it, sold it quickly, made a $10,000 profit. There's another one, family man. Contract price $25,000, sold it for $29,000, made a quick $4,000 profit again by partnering with Prosperity Group. There's another one, $8,000 partnering group. There's another one, $12,500. There's another one for $5,000 total profit, again, partnering group, partnered with the Prosperity Group. Another profit of $10,000, again, found through Prosperity Group partnering. There's another one found through Prosperity Group, sold it quickly, repairs were $10,000, made $8,400 without doing any repairs again. Here's a retail storefront. This was a complete fluke. The person was doing marketing. They sent out a postcard. They got a referral from a postcard. Said, well, I don't have a house, but I have a strip mall, and we'll sell that. They said, really? They did the numbers. They got it under contract for $200,000. They quickly marketed it for $483, which they knew was on the top end of the market. They kind of messed this up because it needed 50,000 repairs. They did nothing with it, and they were so amazed and kind of freaked out that they had this thing under contract and were scared to do something with it, that they actually accepted their very first lowball offer of $300,000, which netted the student a $100,000 profit, again, off of one postcard that went to a referral with none of their own money, none of their own credit, and without needing a real estate license. That's just how simple this is, folks. Here's Stephen and Susan. I actually spoke to them last week. They made $105,000 the first 6 months, went to many books and tapes and courses and seminars in the past, and it wasn't until they came on board with the Prosperity Group. In fact, we have a great raving testimonial from them on a video. They went out and made $105,000 the first 6 months, and they're actually killing it because right now they're closing this week. They are closing $67,000 worth of profits this week alone. Changed their lives forever. Those are amazing people. So we want you to get on board with us and do the exact same thing. I'm going to scroll through and you can see the screen. If you're not seeing the screen, I'm scrolling through more testimonials and more testimonials. Here's a guy who made $800,000 in his first year. And so here's what it's going to take for you. Write this down. First I want to know is who wants to have assignment fees and profits of $5, $10, $15, $20, $30,000, $100,000? How many $100,000 deals do you need in order to make it a halfway decent day or a week or a month or some of you an entire year? It's going to take two things, and I want you to write these two things down. The very first thing it's going to take for you to be successful in real estate investing is this, education. We have the education. At Prosperity Group, we can show you exactly what to do, how to do it to be safe, and why to do it and when to do it, and sometimes when not to do it. Very often, some of the best education that students have gotten and said with us is like, look, I would have went and done this deal, except you guys showed me how I would have lost money, and I realized I should not do the deal. Sometimes it's smarter not to do it. So first thing you write down is you must get education. The second is to take action for your new lifestyle. See, here's the thing. A lot of you are very excited about all these checks that are going on all around you right in the Houston area. And here's the reality of it is you must be able to do this yourself, and you got to do it right now. When would now be a good time for you to start getting educated in real estate investing and start producing the same results just like all the rest of our students? Well, now is the best time, because by now you must realize that all these people must not be real estate geniuses. They're just out doing a couple things, make a decision and take an action, and going forward on some little bit of education. We show them, bring deals to us at the Prosperity Group, and we partner with you. That's what we're really looking for. Here's the top 5 reasons most people fail at real estate investing. So here's number 1. Unwillingness to pay for good education. I see so many people over the years say, oh, well, that guy wanted to sell me a seminar for $5,000, and I thought that was crazy. I don't have $5,000. And yet they go out and they try to do real estate investing, and they lose $5,000 or $10,000 or $20,000. And the worst I've seen yet, $78,000 they lost on one deal to get out of it because they didn't want to spend money on education to get educated. Here's the thing. You're going to pay for your education one way or another by being trained on how to do it right and the first time, so you don't make mistakes and you do not go off track, or you're going to pay for it through hard knocks by making mistakes, and that is much, much, much more expensive than just being trained by the people who know what they're doing. Here at the Prosperity Group, that's what we do. We teach and train people how to do exactly what we do, model what we're doing, do exactly what we are doing alongside with what our students are doing, to where you literally make tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands, even millions if you choose to do so. The second thing is this. They're unwilling to take time to get trained. Folks, I know we had a great conversation here for the last hour or so. I've showed you all kinds of testimonials, students just like you all over the Houston area doing deals right now in your backyard. I've been training people all across the world, showing them how to buy and sell real estate with no money down, no credit, no license needed. It's not that is it real or not, because it's real. It's happening. We're doing it. It's upon us. The question is, are you willing to take 3 days out of your life to come get trained? Because it takes 3 days. We can't teach you in 1 hour on a webinar. It's just impossible. Nobody has done it. It's not possible because it takes a lot of education to be safe, to understand thoroughly how to talk to sellers, how to pre-screen sellers, how to find motivated sellers in the right deals. So it takes a couple of days to get this education, not instantaneous does it happen. And number 3 of the top 5 reasons that most people fail in real estate investing is fear of loss or doubts that it'll work for them. I want you to write this down. Write this down. It's very powerful. Here it is. If I knew I could not lose, what would I do? I'll say it again. If I knew I could not lose, what would I do? Well, if you have fear of losing the money you've already worked for and made, well, then you're probably going to be focused on that. Write this down. What you focus on expands. So if you focus on losing money, you'll lose money. But if you're going to focus on going out and make tens of thousands of dollars real estate investing, and you come to the Prosperity Group and we show you how to do it, well, that's what you'll focus on and that's what you'll get. You have to get past your fears and doubts. It's not if you make money in real estate the way we show you. It's when you make money in real estate. It's not if you win or lose. It's just which way you win first. Because when you invest properly and correctly, you don't lose money in real estate. You just don't. I have never lost a penny in any real estate transaction I've ever done, ever. And the reason why is because I did it correctly. I spent money in education. I took my time and went to seminars. And I said, you know what, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm going to get out of the rat race. I'm sick of being a bartender. I'm sick of doing my own lawn care. I'm sick of working hard to not get ahead. And frankly, that's where I was going. It was nowhere. And now, if you're really serious about this, you must get on board with this now because later is too late. Later is not going to cut it. You have to get involved in this right now because what you put off till tomorrow, you simply just won't do. We all know this. Number 4 is this. You don't have a power team to support and coach you. This is imperative. The reason people say, well, why were you successful? And I say, because I went to a seminar, at least every 60 days I went to another seminar. Why? I was so motivated, so educated, so inspired the first seminar I went to, and then 30, 60, 90 days later, what happens is my motivation drops, my confidence drops, my self-confidence drops, And I was like, wow, what is this? I went to another seminar. I was all pumped back up. I had another power team supporting me and coaching me, moving me forward, telling me what to do. And so I said, you know what, there's a rhythm here. And I started going to a seminar every 60 days at the latest. And the reason why is we get out in the 95% rule, we get out in the 95% area, and here's the reality, is we don't need anyone else's permission. You don't need no one else's permission to succeed. Only one you need is yourself. So you can't blame him or her or the economy. I've had students that literally come over from Cuba on a raft where 2 people perished on a raft from Cuba, washed up on the beach of Miami, came into the United States of Miami illegally, didn't know English, self-taught English, got through this, learned real estate investing, and 7 years later is a millionaire from real estate investing. So don't tell me you got challenges in your life, because I get it. And I have students that have it even worse than you do. Those are called excuses. But if you have a power team of some people supporting you and coaching you, you're guaranteed to succeed. And then last one, number 5, is lack of taking action on great opportunities. This is so clear, even with real estate. I mean, I'm going to offer up an opportunity to come and be trained by us in the Prosperity Group at the end of this webinar. I'm going to make you an irresistible offer. I am going to ask you to invest in. It's not going to be nowhere near what I paid, but I am going to look for people who are serious and willing to take actions on what they want. And what I really love about these webinars is we can see all you attendees on here. We saw your email when you came on. We see how the number of people currently listening to me now. We've seen the people that came in and popped off. These are the people who aren't serious, who are not really going to go do it. And those people that are serious will stay to the end and take advantage of this irresistible offer. And here's why. It's just common sense that if you really want to make money in real estate, you go to where people are being successful. And at the Prosperity Group, that's where it's happening. We're going to teach and train you how to do great deals, and the reason why is we want you to bring us deals and partner with us. That's the whole key here. We want to show you how to go find leads so that hopefully you bring deals to us. Now, you never have to partner with us, and we know that you will, because we just helped you so much that people want to give back, and that's why this is so great. So in a moment, when I ask for some people to come be trained with us, I'm going to see how many people actually go forward and move forward and invest in themselves and in me and trust myself and Prosperity Group, because I'm going to actually be showing you how to get to some training, a 3-day training that we put together just for you, so that we can teach and train you and the guests how to be successful as a real estate investor, how to move forward without fear, how to find motivated sellers, and how to take actions on your life and live your life on purpose rather than by default, so that you get to choose your life and lifestyle going forward. You get to choose. I will see who does and who doesn't, because you're right here on my computer. We're watching it as it happens. So here's the 3 steps to partnering success. You want to partner with us? Here's the way it goes. The very first thing has to happen is this. We must get you trained on how, what, and where to find great real estate deals. And that would be fine. I get $5,000 an hour. Just email Tim or his support team and let me know when you'd like to start that conversation. No problem. I will do that. I have students I do that with. Most people cannot afford that, though, and most people do not have $5,000 an hour. And quite frankly, you'd be foolish to do it. Most people that pay me my hourly consultation are people who have a business that's successful, that when they have a conversation with me, it creates them $90,000, $30,000, $110,000 in a very short amount of time. That's those type of people. But first, you must start over where I'm at, most people, and that is to go to training. You got to go train in an environment that is conducive for you, to where we can make it affordable for you. We can make it so that you're in an environment to network. We're going to make it an environment where you're around other people being inspired by, hey, this person sitting next to me just got started, and look, they made 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand, and you'll see that right before your very eyes at the event, and it'll actually motivate you to move forward. So the first thing we got to do is train you in how, what, and where to find great real estate deals fast, and how to pre-screen them. The second thing is this. There is a small investment for the training. It's not free. It shouldn't be free. Because quite frankly, if we said we'll give it to you for free, and I've done this in the past so I can prove this will happen, is most people won't do anything with it. And quite frankly, we're not going to waste our time teaching and training people who want something for nothing. I'm looking for people who are serious, who are willing to take their lives to the next level. If that's you, stay tuned to get trained up by me, because I'm going to give away to the first few people that sign up a $5,000 one-on-one training session with me, but that's only the first few, because my time is very limited and it's very valuable. I do not take that. I take this very seriously, that I'm going to help you get to the next level, no matter what that is. No matter if you're brand new or a seasoned professional, I can help you get your business to the next level. And there's going to be a very small investment for your training only. That's to help pay our bills, pay our staff. That you're going to see is very, very insignificant. But it is a rite of passage to see just how serious you really are. Third is this: you must be willing to take some direction and action on what we tell you to do. If you're not willing to go do what we ask you to do, you can't really hold us accountable for you not making tens of thousands of dollars. We have been doing it too long. There's other people who are doing it across the world, and if they can do it, you can do it. It doesn't matter where you're from, what walk of life, whether you can even speak English clearly or not. And the reality of it is all of you can do this. So that's simple 3 steps to partnering success with us. So let's show you how you start this process. First is this. We have a 3-day Flipping for Millions seminar coming up right in your area, right in Houston. We're going to teach and train you how to make $5,000 to $15,000 per deal wholesaling, $15,000 to $30,000 per deal wholetailing houses, and $30,000 to $50,000 per deal rehabbing to retail houses, again, with none of your own money, with no credit needed, and with no real estate license needed at all, ever. You do not need to have this. We're going to prove this to you when you get to the event. Then last but not least, we're going to show you how to raise at least $1 million in private money in 30 days or less. So that when you find a deal, if it does have to be an all-cash deal, if you can't figure out how to structure owner financing, or the seller is unwilling to do owner financing on it, well, then at least you have the all-powerful cash to purchase those properties. We're going to show you how to make $1 million. We've had people sign up for it and just say, look, it was worth this to go figure out how to find $1 million worth of private money, because they already knew how to do deals. They just couldn't find the private money, or at least some of the quasi deals. Most people think they know real estate investing, and then they come to the training and realize, oh, I didn't know that, and I didn't know that, and I didn't know that. The reality is you can always constantly learn from every single seminar you go to. Next, what you're going to learn at Flipping for Millions 3-day seminar is how to find deals using our top 5 marketing strategies to have your phone ringing off the hook, and even including in the seminar, where we're actually going to have you at the seminar do deals at the seminar. Why? Because we're actually going to be in action doing this. How to talk to sellers and build rapport quickly. This is what I master at, how to pre-screen sellers. In fact, here's a promise I'll make for you. You folks go and do some homework, bring us some leads. I don't even care if it's just a house for sale. I'll actually call the deals live for you at the event. I'll call them and structure the deals and show you if it's a deal or not and why, so you actually can see it performed live right before your very eyes. Now, this absolutely puts my money where my mouth is, showing you I really know what I'm doing here, because this is what I'm doing currently right now in real estate. Next, we're going to show you how to quickly analyze and negotiate for huge profits, which is a huge stopping block for most investors. How to quickly build your cash buyers list, how to sell any house in 7 days or less, how to fund all of your deals without ever using your own money or credit, and of course, how to fill out the contracts to keep you safe and never, and I repeat, never ever lose money. That's important. We're going to teach you how to do this safely so that you don't get stuck with a property and actually lose money. And of course, we're going to give you all the contracts, forms, marketing materials, and much more. I see some of you actually typing in here saying, okay, I'm in. How much is it? I'm getting there. First, write this down. The next 3-day Flipping for Millions in Houston, Texas, write these dates down, is May 16th, 17th, and 18th. Now, that is for you and a partner. We're not going to charge you a penny for your partner. We want you having somebody there that's the highest influence in your life to actually help you go out and structure deals, be your cheerleader, whether they want to do real estate investing or not. I want that person there, the person who's most influential in your life. They don't have to care about real estate. Trust me, they're going to love what they see when they get there. We want that person there. It's our gift to you. It doesn't cost you a penny. So the next Houston, Texas Flipping for Millions seminar is May 16th, 17th, and 18th. That's for you and a spouse. Now, some may be saying, well, geez, I got this other thing going on May 16th, 17th, and 18th. I've got to tell you, unless it's absolutely crucial that you have to do the other thing, I say you cancel the other thing and come to the May 6th, 7th, and 18th, 16th, 17th, and 18th seminar. Why? A couple things. One, I'm going to be at that event. I don't know if I'll be at all the other ones. I'm going to definitely be at this one. Two, because I'm going to teach and train you how to do this, along with all the other mentors and coaches that are going to be there to help support you. Three, we're going to show you how to make money right there in the event. Way more money than we're going to ask you to invest in this 3-day training. I guarantee it. So here's the Flipping for Millions bonuses. We're also going to teach how to find and talk to private lenders, how to get at least $100,000 in a business line of credit, even if you already have bad credit. Now, this is a business line of credit, so as we teach you how to do marketing for real estate investing, there's free marketing and there's paid for marketing that costs money. Well, what if you could have $100,000 at your disposal in your business credit so you could go out and spend $100,000 on marketing? I think you could produce a gob of leads in your area, and quite frankly, you could actually start flipping those houses very quickly. But you don't have to. That's just an idea. Now, how to buy houses with zero financing and no money down. That's how I do most of my deals. How to get sellers to give you their house absolutely for free. Yes, I'm going to teach and train you on this with my training and the Prosperity Group's training. We're going to teach you how to get houses absolutely for free, and of course, much, way more than I can share with you on this one little call. So, you want to know what the process is to get involved? I got some of you writing questions in here and texting. I see that you're biting at the chip saying, come on, let's go, I'm interested, and that's the great motivation you should have, because we're going to show you how to be more motivated than you've ever been before in your entire life, because what helps you be motivated is getting big fat checks. I know this because I've done that. So here's what I have for you. Partnering process starts with this. We got to get you trained. The 3-day seminar we have is Flipping for Millions. It's a 3-day training. The normal value on that is $3,000, but nobody is going to be paying $3,000 for that event. You get to bring somebody absolutely for free as our gift to help support you. Second thing is that you have a 100% money-back guarantee. If you don't think it was worth every penny we asked you for right here, at the end of the seminar, you just come to the back table and say, I want my money back, I don't think it was worth it. Come to all 3 days, we don't care. Stay all 3 days. If you don't think it was worth it, you come back and look us in the eye, tell us you don't think it was worth it, and you will get a refund instantly right on the spot. So it's a money-back guarantee. You got nothing to lose, an amazing life and lifestyle to gain through real estate investing, and anyone can do this. It doesn't matter your age or what your background is. Next, we're going to give you 2 DVDs on how to find and flip houses in 7 days or less. That's a $2,000 value. But some people want to know, how can I get it for free? So everybody say it to me, even though I don't hear you. Say, how can I get it for free out loud? Go ahead. All right, I heard 13 of you say it. Here's how you can get it for free. Partner with us. Partnering with the Prosperity Group is priceless. You get to bring your leads to us, and we'll actually partner with you on these deals. You get it by free because what we're going to do is we're going to give you your entire investment back that you pay for this on your very first deal you split with us. We take it out of our side and give it right back to you. So really, effectively, the training's free. We've got to first see that you're serious and willing to put up your own hard-earned money to say, yeah, I'm serious about this. Because frankly, we're looking for people we can train up who are willing to invest and take a little bit of risk, because there's really zero risk here. But in real estate investing, no risk, no rewards. You got to take a little bit of risk. So total value over here is $5,000, but nobody's going to pay $5,000. For those that want to go sign up, I'm going to give you the link before I even tell you the discounted price that I'm about to give everybody on this call. And for a few of you, you're also going to get some extra bonuses, and that is this. Go to prosperitygroup.com/VIP. That's prosperitygroup.com/VIP, because you are a VIP. We're going to give you a special pricing when you get there. Now, if you're here on the link, you say, geez, you know, I want to, but I don't have a credit card available. I don't understand, but I want to save my spot, my position of the irresistible offer and deal I'm about to make to you right now. If you must call in, you can call this number. I'll tell you, we prefer you didn't, but if you have to, you can. That number is 713-410-7643. That's 713-410-7643. Maybe you're saying, well, you know what, I got this closing, I got this thing, I got to get a credit, whatever your reason is, call up, just say, yes, I'm in. They'll take your information, they'll follow with you to get your payment, and you'll actually lock in this irresistible offer, because here's what it is. Nobody's going to pay $5,000 on here. I'm about to prove to you we're not here to sell you books and tapes and seminars. We're actually looking to partner with you, and here's why. For the first 17 people that go sign up right now, we're going to reduce the entire investment down for 2 people, all the bonuses, everything, for only $777. And for the first 17 people, I'm also going to give away my time, me, Willpower Duquette. I get $5,000 an hour. So it's literally worth 5 times what you're about to pay. Those first 17 people that go only will get a one-on-one consultation with me. Now, it's going to be over the phone because I'm extremely busy, unless you want to fly wherever I'm at, and I'll do that for you. But it's a $1,000 or first 17 people only get a $5,000 one-on-one consultation with me. Now, some of you, if you want to do a two-pay, you can do a two-payment plan. That is $390 per time. So you pay $390 now and $390 in 30 days. But here's the thing. I'm going to do one thing better than that. For those that are willing to make a decision and take action and choose to say yes right now for your financial future, for you and your partner to come, I'm going to reduce it down, if you pay in full, to only $497 even. It's an absolute bargain. $497 is a steal for 3 full days of training. You're going to get a $5,000 one-on-one training with me. You got a 100% money-back guarantee, so you can't lose. And we'll even give you your entire $500 investment back on the very first deal if you do a deal split with us, plus the 2 DVDs of finding houses and flipping a house in 7 days or less. Absolutely, it's a no-brainer. So go to prosperitygroup.com/VIP. I will tell you that I'm talking to Tim about this. We are going to be raising the prices on this going forward. $497 is a price that is here now. I can tell you in the future, if you call Tim's office or you contact me or you say, oh, you hear me live or you hear Tim or somebody else offers up later on and it's up to $997, and you come whining over to us saying, oh, I saw it for $497 on the webinar, here's exactly what I'm going to tell you. You should have signed up then because it's $997 now. And I promise you that's what's going to happen. So it's time for you to actually take your time right now to go to prosperitygroup.com/VIP. Go sign up and get an irresistible offer for $497 for one-time price or 2 payments of $390. We can't make it any easier for you. It's an absolute no-brainer. So go to prosperitygroup.com/VIP or 713-410-7643. That's 713-410-7643. That's for you and a person to come on board. We can see that some people have already signed up, so some of the one-on-one consultations with me are already gone, so don't miss this opportunity. If you're saying yes, you want to get this, but you don't have a credit card available or whatever, you got to send in a check, we can do that. You can call the phone number that I just explained to you, because here's the thing. When you get to the 3-day seminar, you got a 100% money-back guarantee at the very end of the 3 days. Come to all 3 days, you don't think it's worth it, we'll give you your money back. But here's the reality. We know you're not going to ask for it. I started off life as a bartender, and I did lawn care every day. It wasn't until I got into real estate investing that my entire life has changed forever. Once we show you how to do this, we'll see you and a guest at the event. I promise you we'll change your life forever. For $500, folks, I paid $7,000 for this over 17 years ago. And for getting into this type of training for $497 is an absolute no-brainer discounted price that if I have my way, it's going to increase tremendously to like double. Because quite frankly, I only want to work with people who are serious about investing in themselves and their lives. If you're not willing to spend $500 to invest in a real estate career moving forward, then I don't know how much easier we can make it for you to create a real estate investment business out of $500. If you were to go buy a franchise, you're going to spend tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars just to go to do a franchise in a normal franchisable business. And that's exactly what we're going to help you create, is a real estate investing business that'll support you and your family for, and that is what the 17 people, which I can tell you, half of them are already going good for them. So
yeah,
Jason, Ed. Yeah, really, thank you and congratulations for taking the first step to your financial freedom, to having a life, an amazing life for yourself and your family. So I want to acknowledge you for your commitment to your success and to the success of your family. And so, yeah, Will and I and AC, our whole team are so looking forward to seeing you guys at the events on, in May. And so go ahead and sign up right now at prosperitygroup.com/VIP. If you have questions, need to work anything out, work out the payments or working out the schedule, go ahead and contact my assistant, Yuvia, her phone number, 713-410-7643. 713-410-7643. And yeah, I mean, we're thrilled. We're excited to helping you to make a lot of money this year. There's so many deals to do this year, and we know that when we help you make more money, guess what's going to happen? Right? We're going to make more money because we're going to be putting up on deals. Putting up on deals. It's definitely optional. However, you're going to love doing that with us because how easy it is and how quickly it is for you to make money. Imagine all you have to do is do what we teach you how to do to put properties under contract. Once you get under contract, you turn it over to us. We do all the we do the whole selling part of it and worrying about all the documents, making sure the whole deals go through completely and successfully, and you get paid from that, right? And so it's an amazing way to get started in the business. Be able to have someone to hold your hands through the business, and share profit with you. So it's really like a great, like earn while you learn process. So highly recommend you take advantage of this opportunity today. So go to our website, sign up, and we'll see you in May.
Yeah, I'll tell you, folks. My intention is this: go get some leads. I'll give you some little homework right now. Go get some leads. Go to ForSaleByOwner.com. Go to any websites online.com. Go around houses for sale that you see while you're driving around. Drive neighborhoods. Do nothing except get a phone number of a house you know for sale. Bring those numbers to the courts. Bring it to May 16th, 17th, and 18th, and watch me call them people live right in front of you and close deals in the room. That's how serious we are, and that's how much we know we're doing. We're going to back up what we're saying. For $500, it's an absolute no-brainer. Anyone can figure out how to go get a $497 investment that change your life forever in real estate investing. So just go to prosperityGroup.com/VIP. Do it right now and just figure it out. If you don't have a credit card, you can't have a way to process it right now, but you say you're a yes and you want in, call the number and just tell her that you're a yes and figure out how to get the payment. That's what millionaires and billionaires do. Start acting as if you're already a millionaire right now, and that's what we do. That's why we're successful. Not because we have money, because we were doing this when we didn't have money, when we didn't know how we were going to do it. We just said yes and figured it out. So call the number at 713-410-7643 or go to prosperitygroup.com/VIP. And, of course, the first 17 people are going to get my contact information, my email, where I'll set up a one-on-one consultation for my first come, first serve, and I guarantee you'll get your $500 worth out of that alone. So go sign up right now at prosperitygroup.com/VIP. Anything else you want to add, Tim, before we end the webinar?
No, just want to really thank you everybody for being on this call, and thank you for those of you who register. Really super excited, and those of you who are on the fence about registering, just do it now. Throw your hat over the fence. Take action. I mean, you are at a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity I've never, ever seen. I've been in this business since 2002, so that's like, 12 years I've been in this business, and I've never seen a market like this before.
It's amazing. There's 4 ways to make money in real estate right now than I've ever seen it in my 17 years. It's the old stuff is still working as well, and there's new stuff that most people don't even know about that's amazing. It's not an either-or world, it's an and world. It's not, can I have this and that or that. It's you can literally have it all. And when you come to the training, I'm going to show you and give you the tool sets, the mindset, and the education and motivation to literally go out and do it. We're going to give you homework in this seminar. Go, hey, go bring these leads in for us, and we're going to call them live in front of the class. We're going to teach you how to negotiate them yourself in front of the class. We're going to teach you everything we possibly can in that 3 days to go be a super successful real estate investor. So just go sign up right now at theprosperitygroup.com/VIP, and I guarantee you'll be massively glad you did. And change anything you're going to be doing on May 16th, 17th, and 18th, and get to this event. I don't care if you were scheduled to get married. Put it off and come to our seminar instead. It's that important. You can have a much bigger wedding later on.
Yes, we're kidding and joking about it, but I mean it is really true. So it's how I was able to have a huge wedding for my wife. That's for sure. So, so make sure you.
Exactly. Everybody, all the people are going to be training. Other people are there, have been there, done that. We're not teaching theory. We do this on an ongoing basis, and we're looking for partners. That's why this is an amazing opportunity. Once our partnering program, by the way, is filled up, we can only handle a certain amount of people. There's no more. You can't get in at any price. It doesn't matter. So you should go to prosperitygroup.com right now /VIP and get signed up right now while the opportunity is still here. So thanks a lot, Tim. I'm done speaking. You can say what you want to get finish up the webinar. I want to say thank you to all of you. God bless you. I trust all of you, and you should trust in us that we are going to do whatever it takes to help you be successful. And I look forward to meeting you at the events and come and share me your success stories, your fears, your hesitations, whatever it may be. I can help you get past all of that and have you massively into action, quickly creating wealth and income through real estate investing, just like I did and so many students just like you. So thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you real soon. Take it away, Tim.
Awesome. Yes, and Will, just thank you so much, buddy, for your partnership, for really partnering up with AC and I to make a difference for everyone on the call today and everyone at the seminar. And so I'm really excited for our partnership. And everyone on the call, thank you. And I look forward to a new partnership with you to do deals and make a lot of money this year. So with that, go to prosperitygroup.com /VIP, and we'll see you at the event. Bye for now.
Take care. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.